Hey, what's up, you guys? This is your girl, Christina. Welcome to my channel, DevDivaHacks, where all things coding, productivity, and tech lifestyle. So today, I'm going to talk about hashtag 100 days of code. And I will talk about in this video why every single person who's learning how to code or switching careers to become a software developer or a software engineer, I'm going to talk about hashtag 100 days of code, what it is. And then number two, I'm going to talk about what does that entail. And then talk about how this could help you improve your portfolio, improve your skill set, and help you land your next opportunity. So stay tuned. So hashtag 100 days of code. So what is it? So hashtag 100 days of code, what that is that it's a challenge. It's a personal improvement challenge, I like to see it as. It's a challenge that allows you to improve your skill set. So every day for 100 days, you are committing at least 1 hour out of your day for 100 days to coding development. Like you're actually coding for 1 hour every single day for 100 days. That's all the challenge is. And then what makes this a challenge is that you need to keep track of your accountability. So hashtag 100 days of code, there's a whole community of developers and people who are learning to code. They put this hashtag on their tweets and they give an update of what they're working on. So that's what makes this a challenge, that everybody, the whole community is doing it. Everybody can see your progress. You get to see their progress with 100 days of code. And this challenge is just a way for developers to stay motivated, complete projects, improve skill set, and building your portfolio. So this is an all-around challenge that every developer, I believe, should participate in. This is great. So I'm going to talk about the rules of hashtag 100 days of code and what it entails. So number one, there needs to be proof of accountability. So you need to find a way to track your progress. It's very hard to commit to a challenge like this without some type of logging system, some type of accountability. So there's a couple ways you can do this. So you can do the tweet where you can tweet your update status and then put your hashtag 100 days of code. This allows you to, update it and also allow the community of developers who are a part of hashtag 100 days of code to see your progress. And it's really cool. I prefer putting out on that Twitter because there's very high engagement, meaning like people will like it, they will retweet it, and when you see other community of developers engaging on your tweet about your progress, it's very motivating. It's very hard for you to not want to code because there's so much engagement going on in that community, which is awesome. So number one, find a system to help you keep accountable. And of course, you're not obligated to tweet it. If you're not comfortable using Twitter and putting yourself out there, then create your own type of logging system for 100 days of code. You could do that too. But posting on Twitter is much more fun. All right, so number two, give yourself at least 24 hours to map out exactly what you want to do during this challenge. So, for example, let's say, you want to work on a project to contribute to your portfolio. If I were you, pick a project that you know is going to keep you interested and motivated, and make sure you do a research on this project and just make sure that this is something that you're able to do within these 100 days. Because once you decide to work on the project, it will behoove you to not change the project in the middle of the challenge. Because when you do that, it's really, really counterproductive for you. So before you start the challenge, I highly suggest just research on the project that you want to work on. Use your best judgment. If you feel like this is something that you can tackle and get it done in 100 days, then so be it. go ahead and go for it. And then even if you don't get it done, I'm sure you learn something from that experience too. So pick a project, find something that's going to interest you, stay motivated, and stick to it. Now, let's say you're coming into this challenge and you're brand new in learning how to code, right? So if you're brand new into coding, you may not necessarily want to jump into a project. What I recommend doing is take this 100 days of code challenge and use a resource like freecodecamp.com, and they have this whole curriculum. And what I like about Free Code Camp is that you're able to code and develop as you're learning. So you can do that too. So during your 1 hour or 2 hours of coding, you can use Free Code Camp or like Code Academy or something that allows you to learn as you're doing the actual coding. So if you find resources like those, then that will help you learn that programming language, especially for those who are brand new into it. So, but the most important point I'm making with this rule number 2 is that make sure you have a plan of what you want to accomplish, know the resources that you're going to use to achieve that goals, and then number 3, make sure you pick something that you know you're going to stick to it. For example, if you plan on learning JavaScript, you better stick to it. Stick with JavaScript, learn it, do a project on JavaScript within 100 days. If you do it within less time, great. Move on to the next thing. But the whole point of me saying this is make sure you have a plan before you start this challenge. That's number 2. Number 3, it kind of caveat off of number 1, the whole tracking system. So if you have a GitHub account, I highly recommend, if you're working on a project and it's progressive, I highly recommend push some of those commits to your own branch. That way your followers can see it and etc. Now, it's not necessary to do it, but it'll be cool if you feel comfortable pushing your commits to GitHub every time you work on your project. I highly recommend doing it. Now, number 4, coding at work. Now, if you have a current employment that involves coding at work does not count as part as your hashtag 100 days of code. And here's the reason why I'm saying that. The code you do at work does not contribute to your portfolio. You're not improving your skill set from work. Well, maybe you are. Well, yeah, you're constantly, doing that habit at work, but the whole point of hashtag 100 days of code is for improvement for yourself. So that could be learning something new, learning a new project, doing a new project. So it has to be outside of work. If you can, keep the hashtag 100 days of code dedicated to your own personal work. It should have nothing to do with work at all. Keep that separate. That's the whole point of this challenge, is to improve you. So, and then number 5, I'm going to talk about what you should be doing within that time block of your hashtag 100 days of code. So, like I mentioned before, you're committing at least 1 hour every day to coding. So what are you supposed to be doing within this 1 hour, 2 hours? Coding, like doing the actual development work, like actually open up Visual Studio Code, whatever IDE that you're using. You should be opening up and coding, doing something. If you're in the learning stage, you should be looking up the tutorial as you're coding. But within this time block, you should be doing some type of coding. Now, if you're just watching videos and you're learning a lot of stuff, you're watching a lot of videos and stuff like that, it's fine to learn, but make sure you set a time for yourself to actually develop and code. Because when you actually do the work, the information that you're learning from your tutorials tend to stick a lot better. Like for me, I know it does for me. When you actually do the work, the concepts that you're learning in the tutorials tend to stick a lot better, and it makes more sense to you once you're actually coding it and you're seeing it for yourself. So I recommend take that time for you to actually develop. Don't just sit there and just watch videos the whole time. you're not really learning effectively just watching. You learn more effectively when you're actually doing the work. All right, going to number 6. If you skip a day, don't sweat it. Don't restart the challenge. You skip a day or two, that's fine. If you skip a couple days, just get right back on track. Now, I highly recommend that you don't skip no more than a couple days. The reason why I'm saying that is because the whole point of this challenge is to help you cultivate a habit of coding every day. You want to cultivate that habit of coding every day. So when you're creating a habit, you just get more than 2 days, it's going to be very hard for you to kind of get back into that flow and that routine. So that's why it's imperative that you skip no more than 2 days and just kind of get right back into the flow of it. And then, of course, for number 7, have fun. Have fun with your project. Have fun with what you're learning. Have fun of posting your journey on Twitter to the community. Engage with others. This is what this challenge is all about. Not only you're improving yourself, but you also get to network with other developers who are going through the same challenge as you are. I know for me personally, I have gained more followers on Twitter, and I was able to complete a few learning tutorials. I'm working on this project right now, making tremendous progress because I'm doing this hashtag 100 Days of Code challenge. So that's basically what it is, and I hope every single developer or every single person that wants to learn how to code take advantage of this challenge. This is super beneficial. It was for me, so I know it is going to be for you guys. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you loved the content. I hope this really helped you towards your software development journey. If you liked the video, I would appreciate the love. Give me a thumbs up. And then if you want to subscribe to my channel is about tech, lifestyle, coding, and productivity. Go ahead and you know what to do. Give your girl some love and subscribe below. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, y'all.